Well, we're thrilled, obviously, to be in the Elite Eight. Beat a really good Colorado team tonight. Third quarter was a real big difference maker for us. I thought in the third quarter we got our transition game going. We really did a good job on Frida Foreman, and she was having a spectacular first half, and we held her to 2 points. Thrilled that, our team, we have 4 people in double figures. I think Addison O'Grady came in and did a great job for us when we were a little bit of foul trouble with Monika. She used her height in there, and I'm really happy for Addison and how she contributed to this win today.
All right, we'll open up the room to questions. First one right back here.
Eden Lassie, Just Women's Sports. This is for Caitlin and Coach. At the end of the game there, when Colorado cut it to 4, Monika had a big putback and then a rebound. Just what did you see from her in those moments? And then how crucial was that just to pulling off the victory?
Yeah, I think like any time we need a big bucket at the end of a game, we're kind of looking for Mon on the block just because she's so efficient in there. I think, that's the highest percentage shot in basketball, so we always want to get it inside to her, but it was not an easy finish at all. I think she shot it with her left hand, turning middle with 3 seconds left on the shot clock. So, that stretches it back out to 6 points, so it was a huge bucket for us. And we were able to waste quite a bit of time, using the whole shot clock too. So I thought that was huge. But and then I thought Mon rebounded really well and secured rebounds when she was in there.
That wraps it up.
Okay, go ahead.
Larry Stone, Seattle Times. Caitlin, what led to your guys' surge in the third quarter, and specifically that sequence where you hit a 3 and then stole and drove the length, and the crowd went crazy? Did that fire everybody up?
Yeah, I think it was started on defense for us. I think we had like 8 stops in a row, and just we gave up a couple O boards where they got putbacks, but other than that, we were getting stops, and that's what leads to really good offense for us. So that's always a key. And I thought we, executed. We got out in transition, but I remember Coach Bluder told us, we forced them to use 2 timeouts there to start the third quarter. And I think the biggest thing was just getting stops on defense and securing rebounds.
Alexa
Philippe with ESPN. If both of you could discuss I know you have broader goals, bigger goals coming up, but to just get back to the Elite Eight or get to the Elite Eight for the first time, what does that mean to you to just be able to get to this point and to also have a great crowd that was pretty pro-Iowa for the most part?
Yeah, I think anytime you get to play basketball for this long, it's really special. And none of us want this to end. We're such a family here that as long as we can be together, we're going to try to be together. So it's super special. I know our team, every single person deserves this, has put in the work for it. So we're just really excited to still be playing basketball right now.
In front.
Oh, and I just thought the crowd was incredible.
Yeah.
I guess it was kind of our crowd. It felt like there was a lot of Hawk fans out there. I don't know if they've traveled from the state of Iowa, from the Midwest, and if they did, we really appreciate that. And, if you're from out here, we appreciate you coming too. Or maybe we've turned a lot of, Seattle Storm fans into Iowa Hawkeye fans, so that's pretty incredible as well.
Kyle Huseman, Hawkeye Report. Question for either of the players. That first half, it seemed like Colorado was getting some open looks, hitting some shots. Was that just a matter of them moving the ball really well, or were you guys having some breakdowns on defense? And then, what changed in the second half for you guys to start getting some stops?
Yeah, I think a lot of it was second chance opportunities more than anything. Especially right when we started the game, we needed to do a better job of boxing out and limiting them to 1 shot per possession. So, I think when we came out from halftime, we started doing a way better job of that, but kind of doing it more consistently is going to be huge for us.
And I thought we did a lot better job on Foreman, obviously lit us up there in the first half, and she made some tough baskets. We were chasing her around, and, she's a good player. She shoots the ball really well, but I thought we did a lot better job in the second half, which was kind of a difference for us.
Mara with the Seattle Sports Commission. You mentioned tonight's crowd. Do you hear and absorb that energy, or you try and work through it, whether it's positive, negative? There was a lot of positive tonight, so how did you absorb or work through that crowd energy tonight?
Yeah, I think we tried to use it to our advantage at times. I thought the fans were, cheering pretty loud for the Hawkeyes, and I think, anytime we go on the road or play at a neutral site, there's always really, really good crowds, and I expected the crowd to be like that. This city supports women's basketball, obviously has one of the best franchise, most winningest franchise, I'm pretty sure, of all time. So that did not surprise me by any means, and I think, the moment I realized it was really, loud out there is when me and Mon walked off the court after the game. The fans got really loud and excited for us, so I thought that was a a really cool moment too. But more than anything, we just try to use it to our advantage and, let it help us during the game.
Hi, Talia Minsberg from the New York Times, also from Minnesota. So
Love
Minnesota
that.
recognized
There we go.
Minnesota. And Caitlin, I want to talk to you about how you've talked about working on your mental toughness and resetting, and how did you do that this game, and how did your team do that this game? Because again, coming into the third quarter, it seemed like a whole different mindset.
Yeah, I felt like my first half wasn't my best half of basketball I've ever played, and I know, there can be times where shots don't go down that you want, but I felt like I was, playing a little frantic. I felt like I was, rushed on offense. We were talking about at halftime, it feels like we're playing defense way longer than they have to play defense. And, when we got in the second half, I thought we calmed down quite a bit, got stops. But, I think just buying into your teammates, I don't think I shot the ball for quite a few possessions to start the second half. And then, got an easy, I'm pretty sure, layup to start the, second half. So it's always nice to see the ball go through the hoop. And then obviously some assists to get my teammates open. That just opens everything up for everybody else. But, I think, when nobody gets inside of our circle and we stay strong as one unit, that's when we're really good. And I think that's what we were tonight.
Jerry?
Yeah, Jerry Brewer from the Washington Post. Monika and Caitlin, wanted to talk to you about your transition game. Monika, it starts so often with you getting the rebound and the outlet. Just that beautiful brand of basketball that you guys can play. What's that like from your vantage point? And then, Caitlin, for you, just the anticipatory passing, the soccer style. How much did you have to learn your teammates and encourage them maybe even to continue to run as you kind of got that going?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's so much fun. I maybe pass it a little bit too quickly after getting a rebound than Coach Bluder likes, but when I see Caitlin cutting down the floor really fast, I just know that that's when we're in our best offense. Our transitions, our best offense. So getting her the ball, and it's honestly so much fun when I pass the ball up and I'm at half court and we've already scored. I'm like, oh, nice, I get to run back on defense. So it's just a really fun way to play basketball, and that's truly, I mean, it's kind of why I came to Iowa. There's a lot of reasons why I came to Iowa, but it's just the style of basketball we play is just so much fun for people to watch and to play.
Yeah, I think, the passing especially is at my best when I'm in transition. That's, at times a lot when Mon gets the rebound and, our fours run the floor really, really well, or Kate runs the floor and cuts in from the wing. So, I have to anticipate and put the ball in front of them even if they're not there. I thought there was quite a few of those passes tonight that I made, kind of having to throw it behind the defender. Whether we finished it or not, those are good looks. Those are looks that we want to get in transition. We're a team that loves transition offense, and that's really where we thrive. But like you said, I think it really does start with a defensive stop and outletting the ball and getting down the court really fast.
Eden Lassie, Just Women's Sports. Monika, you mentioned the other day that you don't really dribble. You're very much a back to the basket post, and Aaronette Vonley is similar. What did you think of that matchup? It looked like it was, very physical, very tough.
Yeah, she's a great post player. I think it was a super tough, super physical matchup, and I'm really glad we got to play Georgia before this game because it was a similar look. Again, really physical post. But she does a great job of sealing really low. I know I got burned on that a couple times, and yeah, she does a great job. I think it was just anytime I get to play against a great post, it makes me better and it makes them better. So it's good.
Go ahead.
Hey, Ben Pickman from The Athletic over here. Caitlin, for you, how do you balance kind of being intense and being animated, but also remaining calm? Was that something you kind of developed over time, or how did you kind of, how did you
I think it's definitely still something that I'm working on. I'm somebody that's, full of fire and passion, and, that's who I am. That's always who I'm going to be, and I'm never going to lose that. It's just understanding the moments of, when my team needs it and when, I need to lock in and turn on to the next play. And, I think it's, something I've been working on, especially this year. I knew if we wanted to go far, I can't get too hung up on other plays. I can't get hung up on turnovers I've had, missed shots I've had. So I think being mentally tough and understanding, everything's not going to go your way. You got to win, 4 games to get to Dallas. You're not going to shoot incredible for 4 games. That's unrealistic expectation. So just accepting that and, coming in with the mindset that, I don't know, teams are going to hold you, teams are going to be physical with you, and, you just got to play through it. And I think, buying into the 4 people that are on the court with me at the same time and knowing that they have my back has, been really, really good for me.
Was that something that you talked to Coach about, or during the summer? Was it talk to Monika? How did you kind of learn that skill this year?
Yeah, it's definitely something me and Coach talk about quite a bit. She's somebody that, I wanted to play for because I knew she was going to challenge me in a lot of ways and make me a better player. And she still coaches me super, super hard every single day in practice. And I think she knows more than anybody that, I have so much room to get better, and she knows she can make me a really good player, and that's why I decided to play for her. But, it's something I work on. I go back and, assess games where, maybe I had moments that weren't my best. And nobody's perfect. Nobody on our team is perfect. Coach Bluder would stand up here and say she's not perfect too. But I think, my mental toughness has really, really grown this year, and I think that's, a huge reason why I've been able to take a step forward.
We've unfortunately reached our 10-minute limit with the student athletes. So Caitlin and Monika, thank you very much. Congratulations.
You can just come to the locker room. I'll be there.
All right, we remain open for questions for Coach Bluder. We'll start up here.
Kyle Huseman, Hawkeye Report. What was the message for your team going into halftime, trailing by 3 points? The defense was allowing probably a few more points than you wanted. Just your message to the team and how they were able to carry it out in the third quarter.
Yeah, well, we're down 1, not 3. Basically, it was really boxing out on defense and denying Frida the ball. I mean, she was really doing a great job. We thought we missed a couple double opportunities on the post, but offensively, we were playing too fast. And I don't mean in our fast break transition. I mean in the quarter court, we were playing way too fast. And so we, kind of really said, take a deep breath. Let's take a deep breath, and we can do better than what we've been doing. We can reverse the ball a little bit more. We can get some more paint touches in for Mon.
Lindsay Chanel, USA Today. Lisa, Caitlin puts on a show pretty much every time she walks on the floor. You get to see her every day in practice, but I'm wondering if there are times, obviously you're focused, but are you ever just like, oh crap, I can't believe she did that? Like, are you ever just a fan and like blown away at something she does?
Yeah, and it happens a lot, actually, in practice. I mean, nobody's around to cheer in practice, but I call them oh wow moments, and we get a lot of oh wow moments with her. I mean, these passes that she does them all the time. I mean, it doesn't surprise us in games because she does them all the time in our practices against our practice squad. So she's an amazing passer, and I think sometimes people forget that. They talk about her range, they talk about her, shot release and stuff, but it's her passing, I think, that makes her the most spectacular player that we have in America right now because of that.
Coach Matthew Walter with the Next. You talked about in your opening statement having multiple players in double figures. How important were McKenna and Kate and Gabby tonight in today's win, but not just today, but this whole tournament, and sort of being not like role players, but just picking up the slack when needed?
It's when we're at our best. I mean, when we get 4 people in double figures, and Gabby I know is 7, but she worked her tail off on defense, and then also hit a big 3 for us. And so. We shot the ball very well tonight, and I'm proud of that because of, Colorado's defense. We scored more points than anybody has all year against their defense. Their defense is very good, but we were still able to shoot over 50% from the field. But you do that when you're having the balance of the 4 people in double figures and able to do that. I think that's when it's really special.
Tim?
Tim Booth from the AP. Over here, Lisa. Caitlin mentioned that she felt like she was playing frantic in the first half, and I think that probably led to what she said about being too fast. How often have you seen that this year, where she kind of, and that leads to the offense getting a little out of whack? And is it as simple as just, hey, calm down, slow down, bring it back just one notch for the second half?
Yeah, I mean, she was playing a little bit fast out there, but the thing is you can talk to her about it and she'll adjust. I mean, she's not somebody that will disagree with you, or she takes it to heart, and she'll really be coachable out there and make those type of changes. And so, but it's hard not to play a little bit heightened, just because Colorado was pretty aggressive defensively. I thought just having halftime and being able to take a little breath was really good for us.
Tilt the mic up a little bit. They're having a hard time.
Oh, okay, I can move over too.
Alexa?
Alexa Philpott, ESPN. 2 different questions. One, we heard Caitlin talk about how she feels like her mental toughness has grown. So how have you seen that from your perspective over the course of the year? And secondly, how do you think playing such intense defensive teams like Georgia in the last round and then Colorado today is going to help you guys with your long-term goals?
I think everybody now is going to play great defense. I mean, you're in the Elite 8. Every team is really, really good. And so I think we're going to see that, every night. I thought our defense was pretty good in the second half, especially that third quarter. We held them to 13 points. Frida has 19 in the first half. She has 2 in the second half. So I thought we did some really good adjustments there. And I'm telling you, Sherrod is fast. She is hard to guard because she is so fast. But Caitlin has really worked hard on her mental toughness. She understands. I think the first thing is anytime you want to improve on something is understand that it's a problem, right? And that I can be stronger in this area. Maybe not that it's a problem, but it's not one of my strengths. And she wanted to make it a strength. And like she said, I'm going to play with passion, and I never want to take that away from her because that is what makes her so competitive. That's what makes her so fun to watch. And I don't want people to mistake, passion for, being cocky or being, mad at herself or her teammates because she is a very passionate player. But that's part of what is a strength of hers too, and I never want to dull that. So mental toughness is something that we talk about a lot, and we work on it a lot with our whole team, not just with Caitlin.
Jerry?
Coach Jerry Brewer from the Washington Post. To follow up on that, how do you coach that mental toughness, and what are you trying to see from Caitlin specifically? Is it her affect, the way she reacts to things? How much of it is just more of an internal thing? What are you looking for, and how did you guide her through this? She's grown up, right? She's just gotten mature. In her freshman year, we didn't have fans, right? It was COVID, so we never played in front of fans. And then her sophomore year is the first time playing in front of fans. And that was different for her to be able to, and I'm telling you, she takes a lot. Not only does she always get the best defense, but she takes it from the crowd. She's taken it from the other coaches before on the opposing bunch. I don't think, a 20-year-old should have to withstand some of the things that she does from the opposing crowds. So that's that's a sad part about our game right now. What was the other? I'm sorry. What was the other part of that? I can't. We were talking about reactions, but just what else goes into mental toughness, and what else are you trying to bring out, not just in her, but in all of your players?
Yeah, we want to be unaffected by things that we can't control. And if that's a bad call, if that's playing on the road, if it's somebody who doesn't feel well, we always talk about control the controllables. Do not be affected by something that you can't control. We talk about that a lot. We talk about our culture. Our culture is very strong. We try to be very positive all the time with our players. We coach them. We hold them accountable, but I think we can do that in a way that also builds their confidence and builds their esteem. We have a very tight circle. We talk about it all the time, how everybody is important on our team. It's one of our values. Everyone matters. And when everybody feels that way in the locker room, it just makes us stronger. It does make, because everybody on that team has your back. Caitlin absolutely knows her teammates have her back. And that just is a comforting feeling, and it just makes you a little bit, I think, mentally stronger. Bend it, don't break. We talk about that. We're unshakable. We want to be unshakable in those situations.
Coach, JR talked about early in her time at Colorado, you guys played each other in the WNIT. I just want to ask, how impressed and are you of this program and what she's built there at Colorado, and just what kind of team they are with the defensive intensity and what makes them so tough?
I think JR's done a great job, fabulous job with her team. She's done a fabulous job recruiting, implementing her system. Obviously, defense is an important part of her system, but she's done a great job with recruiting and having 2 posts. So getting Frida Foreman over here was really tremendous. She's done a good job in the transfer portal. I think JR's done a really good job.
Just wanted to ask real quick about Hannah Stolke. Just played a minute and a half tonight. Was that a coaching decision, or was that had to do with her ankle? And if it was with her ankle, how much did you guys miss her kind of on the rebounding side tonight?
It wasn't with her ankle. It was really more of a situation where I thought she was getting buried in the post position. I thought they did a really good job. Again, I think JR did a really good job of ISOing her. And, she's a freshman, and that's a lot of pressure on a freshman. But she's more of a finesse 4 and 5 than like a Monika Czinano type of 4 and 5. And that's why I went with Addie with a little more height, a little more girth.
Last question right here.
Mara, Seattle Sports Commission, what's up for the rest of the evening? On to the next one. Will you be hanging back to watch the game that's going on right now? What's the next couple of hours look like for you and your team?
Yeah, we're definitely going to watch this game and try to figure out our game plan for our next opponent. And then it'll go back and we'll meet with our team and have scouting reports and films. And we already have scouts done on both teams, but now it's getting that information to our players. Get a good night's sleep.